flat earth theories getting pounded in the spheres, blinded by denial, but the evidence is clear. Ships sink hull first, ain't no magic trick. Horizon pulling down, yo, science hit quick. Round we spin, yeah, facts go relentless. Empirical proof, got 'em feeling defenseless. Curious UK globe with rhymes just out in influence. Can't dodge these facts I'm pounding. Gravity's the force pulling truth to the ground. The apples don't fall sideways, we orbit profound. Lunar eclipses, drop shadows and curves embrace. Trying to run from the math, but it smacks the face. YouTube vids clean, conspiracies thrive, but the stars don't lie. They dance and jive. Experiment repeatable, tested, done, flat claim.
Spinning truth round the axis, that's a factual ride. Flirts fumbling hard, trying to run and hide. We got that gravity pulling, you just drifting through. Science slaps empirical, stick to the glue. Round pound, sharper minds, we probe for the real. History stacked tall, experiments that seal. Curious minds, globe-trot evidence rolls deep. While flirts count shadows, we night sky sweep. Eratosthenes flex with them shadow lines. Measured Earth's curve, no conspiracy signs. Dropping mics like Newton when his apple fell. Maths to beat, y'all theory stale like a cell. Foucault's pendulum swinging to expose. Rotation so true, no flurf can oppose. Telescopes beaming, Copernican frames. Centuries stacking, flirts out of their games. Round pound, sharper minds, we probe for the real. History stacked tall, experiments that seal. Curious minds, globe-trot evidence rolls deep. While flirts count shadows, we night sky sweep. Launching satellites, proof in the pics. Flirts screaming tricks, we dropping data bricks. Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flirt dreams. Launching satellites, proof in the pics. Flirts screaming tricks, we dropping data bricks. Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flirt dreams.
Do you hear me now? Is that working now? Well, you know, I think I have it now. Let's just double check here. I don't know if I have it. You hear me now? All right, I think I have it now. Hold on here. Let's just see here. Test 1 2. Nope, no. Oh, what the hell is going on here? Okay. Test. No. Testing what? Okay, so we got that working there. Why don't I have? I'm looking for my audio. Video. Why don't I have an audio channel? Test 1 2. Testing. We have going in. Test. Do you hear me now? I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Hold on here. No, nobody can hear me right now. So Okay, cool. Fantastic. If you noticed, I know it's really hard to notice, but I'm a bit busy. Now, is it working? I'm good now? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Welcome in. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to do a bunch of other stuff here, trying to get ready, and I may have not had this all 100% hooked up. So, I just got to carry on the way the DP was done, stuff going on, audio issues, right? Just got to keep it going, right? We're just rolling with it, going right here. So, okay. All right, so welcome everybody to the Critical-Stream-A-Thon. Doing my part here. I'm here till 11 o'clock, so 2 hours to kind of go through some stuff. And then I'm off, and then we'll hand it off onto Huge Arse. So, how's it going there? Tori Hanzo, how's it going? Sarah Jones, Unfornicated, nice to see you there, buddy. SMO Bent Spoon, nice. Don't forget everybody. Hey, Diggle Dog, nice to see you in there, bud. Illusion, nice to see you. Cupcake, nice to see you again. Haven't seen you for a while. Everybody, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Right, we're just trying to get things going here. Build the community up. I think as long as everything's working there, I haven't actually I never really checked my stream myself. Right, okay, cool. Right, so everything's usually working there. Okay, so hey Calder, how's it going, buddy? Hey, see you. Okay, so we're gonna I only got 2 hours here, so we're gonna kind of see if we can get things going here. Now a bit of an update, personal life thing. We're gonna do the old DP thing. So yeah, I've had a really hectic last month here. Loss of family member. Just had the funeral on Wednesday, so it's been really crazy. And then trying to get ready for all this stuff. It's going to Logic. Trying to get ready for all this. So I was trying to do all this. So try to do a presentation, as well as I'm still quite new at even doing stuff like this. So we're doing the best we can, right? We're gonna keep going here. Let's go, Lindsay. Nice to see you again. Okay, so let's get crack-a-lacking here. We're gonna do a little thing here. So what I have done is I have a presentation here, and there's something to kind of do this. We have a special guest, Dewey Calder. Who's our special guest? Critical Think. How's it going, Critical Think? The man of the hour right there. Just starting 3 a.m. here. Well, welcome in all. So now, hey, Critical, nice to see you. I'm honored. I'm honored, really I am. So you did great work down in Antarctica. I really appreciate it. Your weight scale thing is fantastic. It actually kind of ties into what I'm going to do here. So because that had to do with the different gravitational constant at different points on the Earth, and where you showed how at the Antarctica, obviously doing with altitude, but also where you were on the tangential speed of the Earth being where you're so low down, you don't have as much tangential speed, so gravity actually affects you a little different down there. You're actually slightly heavier. At the equator, you're actually slightly lighter, right? It's the downward velocity is slightly reduced, being that the upward tangential speed is 0.033 meters per second square up, and so then you have slightly less going down. Everybody, I obviously can't do super chats here. I don't have enough subs, so at the top of the top of the chat, I have pinned Critical Think's GoFundMe, so hit that there, as well as we're trying to keep, hopefully got the monitor going on the bottom here, and I have I put in the chat here his GoFundMe for there too as well. So but it's also in the chat. So all right, yeah, you know what, Illusion, you're not wrong, buddy. You're not wrong at all. The man, the legend, Critical Think. Gets a wrench because you know what? He deserves it. Let's get this channel known. Of course, yeah, I try to do my best. I know I haven't been on for a while because I said we're dealing with some family stuff, but we're getting back on some regular stuff here. So back into some normality. Fingers crossed, as normal as things can be. For what it is. So, all right. We're out of the shower now. Oh, critical think. Don't tempt me, man. You make all the ladies jealous. Right. So hopefully this works out for me. All right. We'll see here. It's a little bit bigger there. All right. Okay, so what we have here is something I've brought up with the flat earthers a lot, and they seem to, none of them are able to answer in this or have any answers for this whatsoever. It's something called the Pound-Rebka experiment. Pound-Rebka experiment was done in Harvard University. I think it was 1959 they started. 1960 they actually were able to actually start running the experiment and getting results. So we're going to start here. Now I was going to put the big screen. We'll try this. I don't know how all this was going to work. I was messing with it, but it kind of messes with, I can't see the chat. So actually I'll probably just keep it like this. Piss on it. All right. So see if this works for me. All right. So to work with this here, I do have some notes here. So Pound-Rebka experiment, first thing is it actually relied on the Mouse-Bauer effect. The Mouse-Bauer effect is a phenomenon related to the emissions and resonant absorption of gamma radiation by a certain atomic nuclei fixed in crystalline lattice. So what it is that the Mouse-Bauer effect, to kind of sum it up real quick, is that some of the other elements or the softer elements, as the nuclei, the radiation would leave, it would actually cause almost like an elasticing. So it would actually stretch out and then snap back. What that would happen is then that would affect the frequency in which the radiation left, and and it could obscure results. Now, the Mauser effect they found was certain kind of unless some of the factors. One way to counter that back in the day, when we had this, is that you take like your element and super cool it really cold, so that way you make it super solid, and then you wouldn't have this effect. Okay, that's better. Is it? Sorry, I got some buzzing in my ear here. Happens when you have cheap shit. All right. So it's super cool. And then they found with certain elements that they'd almost have like a latticing to it. What is going on here? Right, sorry, I got buzzing from my microphone here. Okay. There's certain elements like they found one that was very consistent was cobalt-57. And cobalt-57 has a fairly long half-life to it. Well, it's not fairly long, a fairly stable half-life about it onto it, and I think it's about a few hundred days. But it's got a very well understood radioactive decay and also effect. So the Mauser effect, they found with some of these elements they could it would, because it's a hard lattice material, it wouldn't have this springing that would kind of cause the as the radiation, as the nuclei left the material. So I'll kind of continue here. The emissions absorption essentially recall. So the initial. So is it? I've just kind of working on this here. Initial energy perspective. Okay, so in fact, the effect is other often referred to as Recolli-less nuclei resonance absorption, although this is somewhat of a misnomer, as we will see. Discovery of the initial proof of the Mauser effect was published in 1958 by Ralph Mousbauer. and led leading to him winning the Nobel Prize for physics in 1961. So, using this effect and well understood effects of this these different elements, they were able to use this in the pound replica experiment. So the pound replica experiment placed the emitter. How they've done this? They wanted to test the gravitational redshift and blue shift. So it was one of the three experiments that were done in the past that was able to confirm and verify and also demonstrate general relativity and confirm all of Einstein's predictions. So what they did is Robert Pound and Glenn Rebka set up this experiment where they had to use this tower at and it was they see it's a tower. I think it was actually a stairwell in a tower, and they closed it all off, sealed it up the best they could, and it went from the very top to the very, very bottom. So I think it ended up being about 74 feet, so about 22 meters, I believe. And they measured the detection. They had a tube that was filled with helium. Helium has a very low atomic number, so it wouldn't cause too much scattering of the radiation of the gamma radiation, gamma particles. They also had temperature controlled, and it was also was protected and shielded from any kind of electromagnetic and electrostatic electronic frequencies, so it wouldn't affect the experiment. So here is so they used cobalt-57 is a radioactive isotope of cobalt with a half-life of approximately 271.8 days. It decays by gamma emissions, is often used in various scientific industrial applications due to stable and predictable gamma ray emissions. So cobalt-57 is produced by neutrino activation of stable cobalt-59 in nuclear reactors and particle accelerators. Cobalt-57 decays to iron-57. So its half-life goes from cobalt-57 becomes iron-57 by B plus emissions. The resulting 57Fe, which is iron-57, is in an excited state and comes to a grounded state by emitting gamma rays. And the half-life decay is 271.8 days, and that of the emissions is 10 to minus 8 s. Example: a sample of 57 cobalt-57 gives 5 times 10 to the power 9 gamma rays per second. How much time will elapse before the emissions rays drops down to 2.5 times 10 to the 9th power per second? Well, then that's 271.8 days. That's the half-life. So, cobalt-57 sources emits a gamma ray with energy of 14.4 Kelvin. Since the energy matches the spacing of the energy levels of the cobalt-57 is iron-57. Sorry. The nuclei are also strongly absorbed in gamma rays of exactly this energy. However, as gamma ray energy changes slightly, then the gamma rays won't be absorbed strongly at all. Then what happens is they pass through. So if the frequency happens to change and it's not exactly at the 14.7 Kelvin, then it will actually pass straight through. So how Pound replica did is they had the cobalt-57 at the top of the tower, and they had iron-57 at the bottom. So the idea behind this, obviously, the gamma rays will go through. One's obviously the decayed state. One's at the is the excited state. As it goes through, and the iron-57 would absorb the gamma rays from the cobalt-57. Good night, DP. Sleep well, my friend, and thanks for that. You've put in a long shift there. Hopefully, you get everything sorted out with your rig there, and you can get all the and we can you can maybe get some sound and stuff going there. So and then what they would do is they actually had a essentially kind of a speaker that they could tune and change it to different frequencies, and it uses the Doppler effect. So moving that up and down at the same rate as it coming out, they could change the frequency that the gamma rays came out of the cobalt 57, and you can actually match it so they could actually have it absorb or not absorb. Then using that, they were able to do the calculations and figure out from having the frequency the change going through the gravitational field of the Earth. And then what they did is they had certain number of, let's see, 12 readings going down. They took the rig, switched all the two the emitter and the receiver, switched it, and they went up the same distance, and then they went down, and they did this several times. And then behind the Iron 57, they had a detector, like something that could read the gamma rays, and a very, very high rate of like very, 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 very sensitive. But frequencies are a hoax. All right, sure, Cygnus, yeah. All the flat earthers believe in all frequencies. Don't they think the stars are a frequency? They're not actually real. They're just a frequency. So right. So using that, and obviously they did account for any kind of made sure that it was shielded and everything else. Now I did see somebody online who claimed that it could have been a kind of a scattering due to the gases, especially at the end of the test rig. Now, I'll go up to here. I'll show you what somebody was talking about. I had a little thing. So this is the rig here. This was Glenn Rebka. I think you can see me. Yeah, what else is on there? Okay. And so this would have been them coming down. This is the tube they had. Essentially, they drilled through a bunch of holes and ran this through. So fairly committed to this one here. And they claim because this gap here that now you're going obviously this helium filled tube that is temperature controlled, and also the air, the whole area was like, so they did shield it from different electromagnetic effects, radio frequency, stuff like that, and just had this. Now one thing is, because of the cobalt 57 and the amount of energy it puts out, it kind of isn't really affected that much by scattering, because it is going out with a fairly decent amount. It was a 14.4 Kelvin. So it's and they understood this very well by this time, and how this worked. So somebody's claiming online, and I've had a discussion with them, that this little gap at the end here would cause a lot of scattering. They actually counted for that. These guys knew this. They also knew how much scattering would be expected here, and they were able to account for that and eliminate that variable. So using gamma rays, what they're doing, it has to do with Einstein's field equations. I'm not gonna get into that because it's just way beyond what I can do. But it was the prediction that a photon traveling in a gravitational field like the Earth, going up and going down, it would change its frequency. It would redshift as it would go up, and as it come down, it blue shift, right? And it's just how it speed up the frequency, speed up or slow down. So this kind of gives, here's a Harvard Tower experiment. Kind of gives an idea of what how they kind of had ran it a bit. So on the results, each data run yielded 11 numbers, 4 observer registered counts, 4 monitor registered counts, and 3 average temperature differences. The registered counts were generally recorded after 12 full back and forth cycles of a hydraulic piston, and then that was changing the Doppler effect to change the frequency. Where the reversal of the piston motion occurred at around 22,000 periods of the source vibration. The source and the absorber units were interchanged every 7 days to allow comparison between the results of the gamma rays rising versus the gamma rays falling. Combining the data from the runs having gravitational frequency shift and equal but opposite sign enabled the fixed frequency shift between a given source target combination to be eliminated by subtraction. Over the full 10 days of data collection, they calculated the net fractional frequency shift due to gravitational time dilation of minus 2.5 to plus or minus 0.25 times 10 to the minus 15, which corresponds to the predicted value with an error margin of 10%. In the next several years, Pound Lab published successive refinements of the gravitational redshift measurement, finally reaching the 1% level in 1964 with the Pound-Snyder experiment. So eventually Rebka moved on to do other things, and in they ran this again with more accurate, obviously refining their techniques and also having better equipment. And finally got down to 1% within the expected the predicted values using Einstein's general relativity. So this experiment here is one that I usually use with a lot of the flat earthers quite a bit when they try to claim that gravity isn't real. I do ask them, how does the Pound-Rebka experiment, how do you explain the results? To which the gamma radiation going up the tower redshifted due to the gravitational effects of the Earth, gravity slowing down the frequency. And they normally either ignore me or run away. I think I've had one try to claim it was electromagnetism was affecting it, and I show them that they accounted for that and shielded for against electromagnetism. They pretty much don't have anything else. It's hard for flat earthers to try to compensate something like this. This is probably a bit more in depth than, say, something like the other kind of experiments. I can't think of the other one that we always say. I can't think of it right now. The one with the balls and the torsion wire. You guys know which one I'm talking about. That one is used quite a bit, and obviously that one there is different because you're using a large mass, a small mass, using torsion bar, which we know the value, which how much to twist it, and you're showing a small mass attracted to a larger mass on apparatus. So but then they always claim that this could be electromagnetism, could be wind, could be air currents, blah blah blah. They always try to make up excuses. Very hard for flat earthers to make up excuses like about this one here. The Cavendish, exactly. Thank you, Lindsay Ball. I knew it was something like that. Yeah, sorry, it's been a long day. So using that, let's see if I have any notes on here on the Pound-Rebka experiment. So yes, using Einstein's equivalence principle, and yeah, as the photons are coming down, they're gaining potential energy, and so it has to do with they have potential energy, and as they go down, it obviously converts into the kinetic energy. SMO bent spin. Yes, it is too complicated for flat earthers, and that's okay. Well, anything, even Cavendish is too complicated for flat earthers. I mean, that's just they can't even understand something like the vomit comet and why they think that their density tower proves something. When you put it on something like drop it off like a building and you'll watch it and you see how all the density tower, because they think that density buoyancy explains gravity. And when you drop a density tower and notice everything kind of mixes together, density tower kind of it all kind of falls apart then, doesn't it? So wow, yeah, it's usually something like to bring up. I guess it's a bit of a gotcha, and I'm still yet to have a flat earther try to at least have a go at this. It's something I learned from a physicist named Dr. Blitz. He happened to hear him mention it, and I looked into it and found this really, really cool experiment. Now, obviously, I'm still learning more about it, but yeah, I've done obviously my research doing this. I wish I had done more and probably I practiced a bit more, but yeah. Now there is other experiments that they did do that they actually verified the findings of this. There was one done in 1970s in which they had actually sent up a satellite or probe straight up, and they had an atomic clock, and they were able to get the readings off of that, and they actually verified the same thing with as it went up. They had different time dilation due to the gravitational field of the Earth affecting the atomic clocks. There's also was one which was another experiment they had done, an atomic clock. They put it on a plane. Obviously, flew the plane, started going around the planet, and they had one's place. Obviously, they're both synchronized up. As the plane flew, they noticed that the clock in the plane, being that it's higher up, so it had slightly less gravitational pull, being further away from the surface of the Earth, that there was a different time dilation using that, with the fact that one clock stationary, with the full effect of gravity pulling down, and one being higher up and then moving. So there's several different things that flat earthers, if you start bringing it up, you probably just get the almighty nah, and then they run away. Now, Victoria, wait, aren't planes fake too? No. Flat earthers believe in planes. Remember that. But what they also claim is that planes only work on a flat stationary Earth. That planes don't work on a spinning space ball, as they like to put it. Flat earthers forget that the atmosphere is also we have an atmosphere. Flat earthers love to forget that the Earth has an atmosphere, or they like to ignore it. And that atmosphere is also moving with the planet Earth. It was there when it first was created in the formation of the planet. And since there's nothing to stop the rotation of the atmosphere and the Earth, it all rotates together. And there's also something called there's a bit of the atmosphere moving along. You also have a bit of a friction that because the Earth moving, it keep things going, because as that's moving, there's friction. This obviously gravity is pulling the atmosphere to it, and with that having a downward force of 9.8 meters per second squared, which you can confirm with things like Pound-Rebka or a Cavendish, then it actually causes the atmosphere to move with us. So planes actually can work. And then you also ask if a flat earther, why is it that flights east to west going if you're flying east, your flight's slightly longer compared to if you're flying west? Or no? Am I right or wrong? I have to think about this one. One way is faster than the other, and I always fuck it up. So yes, Sherry Jones, I've seen that one. Jet fuel is fake, is compressed air. I would love to see them do that. I would love to see them explain how that is. Now, I have seen that. I have been on X / Twitter back in the day, and they cannot comprehend how a commercial jet could hold as much fuel as they claim. And I think I even had somebody say, I think it was actually freaking Mikey Smith or somebody, claiming that you can't go inside you can't go inside the fuel tanks. And then I think I tagged him in a video in which I showed a company which they go inside, they crawl up inside the fuel tanks of commercial jets, and they inspect them for any leaks and do any repairs and check other stuff too. But yeah, they can't comprehend how that could work. As in Ben Spoon, yeah, I was everything is fake. Wait, that means the Earth is fake. Well, if you subscribe to the biblical VR, biblical cosmology VR thing, suppose you could go with that if you wanted to go with those fellas. Whatever they were called again. What was they were called again? Something along those lines. Actually, I have it written down. And it's somebody I'm going to probably check out. That was it. SBVR, yeah, Ronnie and the other ones, and SBVR, which is the what was it again? Something like something biblical virtual reality simulation, biblical. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, SBVR. Calder, flat earthers say everything they don't understand, they claim is fake. And that's why I think I even get stuff like this with this palm replica experiments and stuff like that. They would claim that that is fake. So in the meantime, just well, I'm just going to switch over here to something else. Don't forget that if you can donate anything at all, click on the link at the top of the chat there and donate whatever you can for the Critical Think, and we'll check and see if we can help out a good a man who's helped out loads and done loads. So what are we at for Critical Think? So we're at 27,211. Let me just refresh that. Yes. Let's see. Since I can't have any super chats and stuff, don't forget to go on and click the link and go in and donate whatever you can. Anything will help out. And see if we can help Critical Think get to his goal. But 45%, so at 27,211 Australian raised. He's trying to hit the $60,000 goal. So help out where you can. If I can, I will see if I can donate something, see what I can do. Work it out. Lindsay Bull is like, who's that? Eratosthenes measured the Earth when he was beta testing SPVR. Yes, yeah, he did, didn't he? Right. So, in the meantime, one other thing to check out here. So, that's a little presentation. I'm going to just go back to this, wrap this all up. So, I don't know, that was a bit scuffed, me doing a presentation of palm replica experiments, but I think I kind of hopefully may have got it across. If anybody has any kind of questions or anything I'm going to bring up, or if I've got anything wrong, let me know, either in the chat or comment on this video, let me know. But I think that's a fairly strong evidence that flat earthers just have a really hard time trying to hand wave away, and the best I usually get is just not us. So I would have done this bigger, but I can't. If I do that, it takes up both my screens, and I can't see my live chats. And I don't want to see your live chat here. Thanks, Critical Think. Yeah, for sure, mate. With this, right? So we're going to go over to. See here, I can go over to this thing here. Now we're going to check out something else. Something I noticed a while back, and I was meaning to get to it, but right. So that's gone. We're going to transition. Test, test. Hello? Hello? Oh. What are you doing now? Alright, that's something. Is the sound working now? It's still up though. Hello? Is that working now? Yeah, I know it's doubled up. Let's try and see if this works here. Hold on here. Is that working? I'm not getting anything on my mic. All right. Is that better? Yeah, yeah. A little low, maybe. Okay, I can change that. Okay, I'm up all the way. Is that better? Okay. All right, I don't know what the hell is going on here. I think OBS is for scuffed or something here. Something's going on. Hopefully, is this still working? All right. Is that better? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Right. So, well, as I just got to continue on, with how the stream is going. DP Debunks is having audio issues. Why can't I? Right. Right here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just monitoring. All right. So as I was saying here, okay, is that I had a little debate with Matthew Keem a while back. Sorry about that. Is an OBS updated? Yeah, I think it updated recently. SMO Ben Spoon. So I'll have to double check it again after the stream and make sure it's good for tomorrow. I'm actually not seeing anything with my monitors or anything on the screen. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there it is. I see it there. Okay. All right, we're on it now. Hopefully, hopefully Dano, Calder, hopefully Dano's, learning from me and DP, and he'll just check all his audio before he goes on. He's got a little time, so hopefully, yeah. So, okay, back to this. So I'm going to cover a little bit of a Matthew Keem. He did a live. He doesn't do very many lives. If you look here, like, what was it, 3 months ago, 10 minutes, 20. And he has Sam from Flight Reconnaissance comes on, and it's kind of fun, bit of derp. So I thought I'd check this out.
Okay, here we go. Let me just click this here. There's the link in the chat. People want to join. Okay, now I'm going to show something really quick here. Here we have the northern and southern celestial hemispheres mapped with the sky. Now I want you guys to take a look.
Just like this, everything to know that obviously northern and southern hemisphere. One, Matthew has realized a hemisphere means half a sphere, half sphere, and also the fact that having the two different star rotations is impossible on his flat pizza planet. So
look at this. Do you see in the middle of these two how it comes together and then it separates? Now the Globers would have you believe that This is just the top and the bottom of the ball, like looking up at the sky.
It is. That's why it's split like this. It has a central point here and here. You can't have that on flat Tardia.
But the reason that it destroys the heliocentric model is you have to look in the center here of how these two dual star rotations, the constellations will come together in the center, and then the same stars will move in opposite directions.
That's because there's something called a crater, and so because we live on a globe, as it goes over. Yes. And yeah, we have an equator, so you'll have different constellations that will span over the equator. So yeah, you'll have that because that's how it works on sphere.
Now you may be wondering like how that's possible, right? So let me show you.
Conspiracy Music Studios, yes, 100%. Matthew is absolutely one of the stupidest people on this spherical planet that we live on. Yes, for sure.
This.
But the thing with him is that he is so condescending and he is so Dunning-Kruger that he's just too stupid to realize that he is, and he thinks he's a lot more intelligent than he is. Like, but if you ask him questions, he can't answer anything. He doesn't know.
This is an old depiction. Looks like Arabic writing of the same thing, the northern and southern celestial hemispheres. How the
And once again, hemisphere is half a sphere because the Earth is a sphere. Matthew's too stupid to realize this.
constellations in the center, it will come together, and then they separate. You see that? How in the center there it looks like the Centaur, the Archer, maybe that's Sagittarius. You could see Scorpio
Bring something up. No.
beneath. You can see how it separates. And then we have dual star rotation. It's like, how is that possible, right? So now let me show you this one.
Just listening to Flapzoid and scum. They are. This one thing I wanted to bring up, and maybe it's just me being a complete asshole, but if you look on the side here, I have brought up Matthew Keem's live chat. Now he's been on for a minute two, okay, and so far the only people in his live chat is him. But let's watch and see.
This is what's going on. This is the equatorial star trails. As you could see,
Which is only possible on the spherical Earth, yes.
the stars are to come together, right, in the center,
At the equator, yes.
and then they split off into opposite directions, right? And then the reason for that is perspective distortion. What's really happening, let me remove
Exactly, Kelly. Who is he talking to?
this. Actually, let me find another one here. Should have had this all together earlier, but you know how it is. Where is it? This one? Oh, I see. We have a friend joining us, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, he actually gets one person in. Yeah, trains. Now what I am going to do, because this goes on for like an hour, we don't have the time. Also, he talks really slow. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, bring it to the stage. We have Mr. Sam Abukaya, Flat Earth Reconnaissance.
What's going on, man? What's up?
so yeah, he ends up bringing on Sam, Flat Earth Reconnaissance, who well, he is a POS in his own right, in his own ways,
I don't know if you hear me good.
and they're both equally stupid. But listening to both of them, I'd say probably Matthew Keem's the lesser of on the scale of intelligence of these two, which isn't saying much, and it's a pretty low bar in the first place.
Wait a second.
I can kind of hear you. You might want to turn up a little bit.
Yeah, wait a second. I'm going to just get that mic closer. Can you hear me a little better now?
Yes, I can hear you great. Sam, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Like, always busy. Always busy. Always, like, always
Nice.
working. What's up?
No, I like the video you sent me. That was pretty cool.
So, you
Yeah.
give you a little taste. Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're doing some excellent work. I can't wait to see the finished project.
Yeah, yeah,
Finished product.
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of material. You know, you have to go through like hundreds and hundreds of videos. It's not. I'm not exaggerating. It's like hundreds. So
Yeah.
you know, when you want to analyze a guy like this, you know, you know that can make like up to like six live streams a day, you know, for like 10 years. And
Yeah.
say so much, you know, say so much and does so much. So it's not easy to just like, you know, scrutinize everything he says, everything he does, and
And,
it takes
and we
time,
can
but it's
describe who
possible.
we're talking about, right? We can say who we're
Yeah, of course.
you're
it's
making a
like
video about, right? We can talk
but-
about that.
but and David Wise, of course, because you know, check it out. It's very important. You know, it's not just like to criticize somebody. It's not just to attack anybody. We're not like this. We're just like we are being attacked. We are being hurt, and we are being attacked by the people that we admire the most.
See, Sam is somebody who he has taken the flat Earth, and he's trying to almost weaponize it, and he's trying to build an army or something to fight some sort of like battle or war or something coming up. I don't know exactly where he's going on with this. Yeah, but he's always spouting the shit. And this isn't the first time I've heard this kind of rhetoric from flat earthers. There's a fella on TikTok goes by the name of Shape Commander, and he legit has said several times that he wants to get people in flat Earth, build up a community, and then overthrow the government, and then rewrite all of the education system because he thinks everybody's being taught wrong. But he wants to, now when I say overthrow government, I mean by like armed combat, like, you know, like overthrow coup sort of thing. So and I think Sam's kind of goes along the same sort of way, but you know, he's just not smart to do it.
People that did the most for the community. So wait a second, that's a big shock. That's a big like whoa. You understand? So it's very important for us to understand what's going on. First of all, this will, it won't happen again, and in order to know what's behind this, what's the plan, why, and when we analyze all this, like like calmly, we're going slow, we just check everything out, just like flat earthers, should do. So we understand, we can see the whole picture, and it's like wow.
So, well, I mean, that guy David Weiss, he was always pretty questionable. Like he was always saying some kind of whack stuff, and then like when he debated that guy Professor Dave, I thought he did a poor job. Like he intentionally lost, and that was.
I do find this quite comical, and you hear this quite a bit in the flat Earth whole community. They love to like turn on each other, like they're constantly cannibalizing each other. So he doesn't like him. He thinks he's opposition. He's bad. And like Matthew Keems is claiming that flat Earth Dave intentionally lost against Professor Dave. Look, newsflash, Hakeem. Professor Dave is far more intelligent than fucking flat Earth Dave. Like way astronomically smarter. So no, flat Earth Dave didn't intentionally lose against Professor Dave. Flat Earth Dave isn't even on the freaking same, in the same freaking reality, let alone on the same level as Professor Dave. That wasn't intentional. And Calder Cali Badger, dude. Yeah, they do eat the wounded. I mean, look what happened to all the flat earthers that came back from the final experiment. Look what happened to Jaren. Look what happened to even Witsit. Witsit went from being like the golden boy to now he's like the freaking like the mutt that they kick around once in a while. Like it's just crazy.
It was back in 2022, I think.
I came in late. I came in like I'm just a flat earther for like about a couple of years, so I didn't have the time to to see him and to see everything he did. Like before. Only now I'm covering it because I'm investigating the subject.
Sorry, Calder. I meant to say Cali Badger, dude.
But the thing is that, to my eyes, the way I saw it, he was a great guy, and he still has a lot of quality. He's still lovable. I have no problem with that. He's an exceptional man. Always, I always would say that. The problem is that what does he do with his exceptionality? What does he do with all his qualities?
Yes.
So that's the thing. Again, to do something good, it's not a license. It's not a license to how do you call it? To betray people.
Yeah, exactly.
But they always betray each other, always. And Sam will go around and he'll be nice to Matthew Keem, and then I bet you if he had a half a second, and Flat Earth Dave invited him to come on, he'd jump on their channel in a freaking heartbeat and sit there and just freaking like pretty much just be his little lapdog. Called you, have a debate with him, do you? Fun. You want a moderator? You're always welcome to come. I'll moderate. I'll be a fair, impartial person. But I'll just put it out there. All right, Callie, no worries. Yeah, Vlad and Mikey fighting against each other. Yeah, that's another one there. That's quite funny. Are they still going? Yeah, I think Mikey and Vlad still hate each other, don't they? It's kind of funny.
And people might be wondering like what that means, though. Like
exactly,
for him to be like allegedly like a leader of flat Earth, but at the same time, giving credibility to the fraud that was final experiment by saying, "Oh, they were there, they saw this, believe the people," right? So I am, I'm looking forward to your video coming out, the expose.
Well, the thing is that I don't create nothing. All I do is I investigate.
Yes.
I take what the guy says, what the guy does, how he debunks things, and with very simple, basic logic, I can expose his entire, strategy and game. And I'm not, saying things lightly. That means that I might be not.
And Calder, all I really do is just try to stick to the basic facts, and then just ask any flat earther to just show you or cite you empirical evidence. Like, just show you evidence. Because a lot of flat earthers tend to gravitate towards is they don't want to prove that the earth is flat. They just simply want to deny the earth is a globe. So they're not really flat earthers. They're just simply science and globe deniers. And that's 99% of them. So all you gotta do is just stick with just the basic facts. Sunsets don't work on flat earth. They don't change angular size. A crisp horizon over like water or anywhere goes against a flat earth. You can't have a crisp horizon. We have a crisp horizon because we simply out the earth's curvature. You got like obviously eclipses. You got things like flight routes, especially southern ones. That's all it really takes. And then just bring that up, and then measurements, just simple measurements. Find 2 points in find a point in the northern hemisphere and something similar in the southern hemisphere, and then draw them out on the Gleason's map, because 99.99% of flat earthers subscribe to Gleason's map, and show them how it doesn't work. So, and then get them to ask to prove they're flat Earth. You want empirical evidence. You don't want something like water is always flat and stationary. Well, prove it. Like this, you want proof, evidence. Show me measurement. Show me a measurement where water is flat. Flatness of water, large bodies of water. Show me the flatness. Show me a measurement. That's all I ever do. As soon as he brings something up, ask for evidence, and they usually fall apart pretty quick. So he said no. You ask if he knows Roger Ledwell. He said no. He's probably lying.
Not a good scientist, but I tell you, I know people, and I know how to investigate people. It takes time, need patience.
Yes.
You need to be cold. You need to be fair. You need to be
yes, fair.
neutral, because you cannot be, you cannot be
involved. Well, that's what I saw about
what
I saw so far is that it's their words. It's the people's own words.
That's it. Exactly.
You're not giving them quotes that they didn't say. You're using their own,
Of course, what he said.
And that's honest.
Of course, sometimes people can make mistakes. I understand this, but here we are way beyond mistakes. Those are not mistakes. People that do what they do, they cannot show you on one side they have logic and common sense, and they're bright and they're smart, and then on the other side they're like stupid. They don't make sense. They play stupid. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
So it kind of insults our intelligence. Besides the insults, that he can give to flatters. There's also like a big.
Exactly, Joe Black. Flat earthers don't have evidence unless you count Naa or ad homs. That's pretty normally where they resort to pretty quick, because especially you start pinning them down and asking for evidence. Just prove their ideologies. Just show evidence.
Insult of our intelligence, these people believe that we really stupid.
Also, I'd like to point out he has now been nearly 10 minutes in his live stream, and he has not had a single person comment on his live. I had Joe Blocky here. I hadn't even got on mine yet.
We're gonna show them that we're not. We're gonna show them who's stupid and who's nasty. You
Yeah,
understand?
exactly.
So the thing is that, again, if I can put that in so many words, you fuck with the flat Earth community, you fuck with the best.
Yeah.
You understand? You fuck.
But you say you fuck with the flat earth community, you fuck with the best. But this is like a bunch of people that can't even bother to get out of their mom's basement and go like even do like a simple sun measurement with like any kind of like filter. So the best of doing what? I mean, the best of like running and hiding, putting your heads in the freaking sand and shouting "nah" to everything that they don't like or don't understand.
Fucking with us, you're fucking with the best, and we're
Yes.
gonna prove it to you. We don't have, we don't exaggerate. Maybe you can think we exaggerate, but we don't. It's true. The flat Earth community is made out of exceptional people. I'm talking about, like, of course, real flat earthers, right? It's made out of exceptional people.
I agree.
Exceptional, all of them, and it doesn't matter if.
Just remember, Sam, English isn't his first language. One, he's French. No hate, but I'm Canadian. I live in England, so and two, I think so. He doesn't. English isn't his first one. He doesn't mean like exceptional. He means subpar. Exceptionally stupid people. Exactly. Yes. Critical think. You're spot on, buddy.
If we agree or not on something, look, for example, I have a flag behind me of Israel. A lot of people are like against the state of Israel, maybe against Jews. I even talk to flat earthers that believe that Jews, like, slaughter babies and drink their blood, or they use their blood to make, like, our bread. It's okay. It's okay. You're still a flat earther, and you already proved that you're smart and that you're wise. You already have.
Hold on. Did he just say he's got flat earthers that spout a whole bunch of anti-Semitic stuff because he lives in Israel, and he says it's okay because you're a smart person? Is that what he just said? Hold on.
Jews, like, slaughter babies and drink their blood, or they use their blood to make, like, our bread. It's okay. It's okay. You're still a flat earther, and you already proved that you're smart and that you're wise. You already have that medal of wisdom.
Look at the freaking apologist freaking narrative right there. He's just claimed. He's just said he's had to talk to flat earthers that have said that Jews drink blood and babies and blah blah blah, a bunch of stuff. And he goes, "That's okay. You're a flat earther. You've already proven that you're a smart, wise person." Somebody just says something so horrific, and he's like, "It's okay." Like, how freaking just whatever. Yeah, you're a flat earther, so it's okay. Like, that's just horrendous. And this is the flat earth community. Look what happened with Max and with freaking Ozzy in there. Right, as soon as it came out that we knew he was a POS, gone. Right, like just freaking not even dealing. None of us are dealing with that shit. Right, Max, yeah, Max is a good guy. Max, as soon as he found out, gone. Right, gave up the channel, all the hard work, gone. Right, but look, you got people like freaking Sam here that has people say horrendous things, and flat earthers have said this shit, saying stuff to me. I'm not even Jewish, and I've had them say this stuff to me, and they're okay with it. They're okay to say this and that, even to him, because they're flat earthers, and he doesn't want to call them out. And this is what the flat earth community does. They don't even want to call each other out when they know they're wrong and they're saying something really vile and stupid, and they'll just accept it because they're flirts. That's no, you just. So you're not exceptional people. You're like pieces of crap people, and you accept to have pieces of crap in your freaking thing. Like, but apparently they're all truthers.
There on your wall.
Well, I don't think that about you, Sam. I don't.
No,
I don't think
know,
Jewish people do that. I mean,
it's okay, but as long as you're a flat earther, you have the right not to be right on some things.
Kelly, yeah, his pop-up flare is like Eric Dubé. I'm pretty sure he's admitted Eric Dubé, and Matthew Key was talking shit about Flat Earth Dave. But I'm pretty sure I heard Sam listening a while back admitting Flat Earth Dave is also one of his influences as well. So freaking phones in Quebec are generally nuts. Yeah, they're definitely a different breed there. What somebody said to me once was it Eastern Canada where they don't speak French or English. I went to school with somebody from Newfoundland, and I was trying to explain it to my wife. It was in England, a Newfie accent. I was like, just think like Scottish, Irish, French, and a few other things kind of mixed in there, and then they made up some shit themselves. Completely different. It's definitely one of a kind. You know, I will definitely give them that. Goofy noofies. You know, man, they know how to party.
But I know that you live according to what you believe. If I believe that, I also will react the way they do. The problem is that they don't have enough information to think with, or not the right information to think with. But that's okay. I also thought they went to the moon. I also thought of this, all kinds of shit. That's okay. I can never curse the flat earth community, and I could never say, "Oh, they're stupid, they're fucking idiots." I can't. It's not possible because
he is a freaking apologist. He's just no Newfies don't speak English or French. They speak Newfie. They've mixed a bunch of stuff together and then made it their own, and then made up some stuff themselves.
because I already crossed that line where I recognize them as precious. Doesn't matter if they are wrong on something. Doesn't matter if they believe it into some absurd theories. It's okay. As long as they're flat earthers, they're gonna understand. They're gonna be all right. At one point, they're gonna accept the truth because they're seeking for the truth, and this is what's important. Doesn't matter what you believe in. Doesn't matter if you're wrong on some things. But the main thing is that you're a human being. You have those human values. You want to look for the truth. So you're ready to fight for the truth.
Hey, speaking of Eastern Canadians, here's the Canadian Space Advocate. Hey, how's it going? What part of the East Coast, though, Canadian Space Advocate? So we're talking like Newfies and stuff like that. Like people from Newfoundland and like Labrador, stuff like that. I mean, is that really French or English, really? Is it? I mean, it's kind of... I can spell English, no. Yeah. West Coast. East Coast and West Coast. Two rights. The prairies, man. That's where I'm from. Hey, Sarah Jones.
Everything you have, everything you are for the truth, and that's enough. This is the basis on which we can build. What we can build.
I think of it like the flat Earth people. It's like we're honest. We're all different, but we're all being honest about what we're seeing.
Of course,
like from whatever our background was, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever.
Yeah.
We're all just. It's almost at the same.
This is Jewish, whatever. The most 90% of flat earthers hate the Jewish. They think the Jews are like freaking like trying to take over the world, and like it's just terrible. Like there's just so much anti-Semitism. It's crazy in the flat earth community. Like it's rampant. And then there's also people that believe in like Mustache Man as well. Like I don't want to see his name on my channel. I don't want to get like taken down or anything like that. But yeah.
Same time, like even though it's the last couple years, it feels like it's at the same time we're all waking up.
Exactly. And I want to tell you, just to be flat earthers is just like having a license to be wrong. You can be wrong because you have the potential to understand that you're wrong and to correct, because you have what it takes.
No flat earther ever admits they're fucking wrong. Are you kidding me? Hey, Icy Spin, how's it going? Nice to see you in the chat there. Canadian Space Advocate, New Brunswick. Oh yeah, New Brunswick's alright, yeah. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, going along there. You ever been to the Now I've never been there. I'd love to have gone there. But do you not have Acadia and stuff there? Like one of the first settlements, the Canadian settlements? Always wanted to go there. As well as I think there's some Viking ruins as well. It'd be pretty cool. But yeah. Let's crack on here. Matthew, Kim, and Sam.
Lots of people don't have what it takes. They're going to stay wrong all their life. But if we're wrong on some subjects, except for flat Earth, because we already like understood about the shape of the Earth. Yeah. But there's a lot of things we still don't understand. We still believe. We didn't find the truth about lots of things yet. So it's normal that in the quest for truth, we didn't get to the end. We still working on it. So
what I find though is like when the globers start talking about something and they say, "Oh, this is because the Earth is a globe," and you start looking into it. And it's like, wow, what they're talking about is they're confused about something, and by default, saying it's a globe.
No. Nobody who understands the Earth's a globe and understands this stuff is confused. If you don't believe me, look at my debate that I put up with Matthew Keem when he was confused on why he was claiming how the sun set as it moved away, and when I held up something flat, I went hold it like this to say this, here's the sun here. Now as it moves away, tell me when it's going to set. And he couldn't explain that. He was confused. He couldn't understand that something above the plane as it moves away is never going to end up down here. He just beyond his comprehension. Something so simple. Even my son could probably understand this, and he's not even paying attention.
No, but as a flat earther, I feel like we do have liberty, like you said, to be wrong because we could figure out what the truth is.
Well, no. Okay, flat earthers are always wrong, and they can't figure out what the truth is because they either are too stupid, or they deny it, or it's too scary for them.
Well, exactly. We have a license.
We were Globers, under that same confusion, and we're like, you know what?
That's why you're flat earthers, though, because they were so confused that they ran away from it because it was too scary. Yes, the mental gymnastics are astounding, critical thing, and Matthew Keem, if nothing else, he's one of the better ones at it. Like you'll say something to him like, you'll say something to Matthew Keem, blatantly you'll say like, ships disappear over the horizon, and he'll go, oh, ships over horizons because the Earth is flat and the horizon rises to eye level, so ships have to go below it. Like he'll just freaking like just something completely wrong. They go, what? Like what? Where solid was that shit?
What? Let me think about this for a second. Are we really going 1,000 miles an hour?
Exactly. So that's the whole thing. That
nice.
As long as you're looking for the truth, you have you have the right.
Oh, can you speak? I knew they're along the East Coast. I thought there was some that were near Acadia, which I think isn't New Brunswick. I think that's more Nova Scotia, isn't it? But yeah, I could be right. It's been a while since I heard my some of my Canadian history. So
to be wrong on some things, because you won't be wrong too
much.
Oh,
quickly, if anybody can, just don't forget, because I can't do super chats because I'm not 1,000 subs yet. So hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like if you like the stream. Click the top of the chat there. You'll see I pinned the Critical Think GoFundMe page. Go on there. Anything you can donate, anything at all, it's going to be helpful. Let's help Critical Think to recover some of the money after doing such a brilliant job crushing the flat Earth and all the tiers. I'm pretty sure the sea levels rose because of that. Didn't the South Sea? I'm sure they rose a little bit because of that. I mean, the penguins going to probably be a little pissed off if some of their nesting lands gone now because of the flat Earth tiers. Kind of flooded it down there, didn't it? I don't think I have any flatties in this, do you? You tend to either avoid my channel or haven't discovered it yet, but they will. I've had a few flatties here and there, but they don't stick around very long.
Too long. Because at one point, you're going to accept the truth, you're going to find the truth, because you are seeking for the truth. You're going to find it. It doesn't matter if you don't have it yet, you didn't find it yet, it's all right. But you're still digging.
So now where we are is whoever is in the control, right, of the government or the elite, they want to try to control flat Earth by infiltrating it and trying to set up leaders in flat Earth that can control it and, give credibility to like final experiment fraud and so forth. Like we've got another one. We've got another viewer, Lord Racer. Halo neighbor. What's up, everybody?
So the thing is that.
All right. So if you notice here, and I don't know why they're like that, but you got Mike 86 dude on 86 dude and Lord Racer. So finally, he's in 15 minutes in, and he's finally had 2 people comment and show up in his live chat. It's sad. It is really sad. I'm not even gonna make fun of him because I pity Matthew so much. You can see why he doesn't do live streams very often.
What we have to understand is this. God made the flat Earth. He made the shape of the Earth. He made all these mechanisms, going. So this is not attackable. This is not destroyable. They cannot destroy this. However, the flat Earth community...
Easy to destroy that. Prove God exists. There you are. Oh, he can't. Okay, well then everything you said is BS. Prove that God did any of that stuff. Prove God exists. Can't. You can't falsify nor can you verify God's existence. It's not testable. And so you can't use that as evidence.
was made by men. So this is easier to destroy, easier to disrupt. You understand? So when you analyze TFE and everything else, you see that actually it was never meant to prove that the Earth is a globe. This is to fool you, and this is one of the reasons they made so many mistakes. You know, because they don't care, and they cannot prove it anyways. With everything you can give them all the money in the world, they cannot prove it. Look at NASA. They have like $100 million a day. They cannot prove it. It's all fake. It's easy to see that it's fake. You understand? So
Yeah.
the thing is that the real objective of these people is the flat Earth community. Because if you destroy the flat Earth community, if you implode it, you implode flat Earth. If there is no more people, with the potential to organize themselves.
But look at the
You need that, because the only thing with flat Earth is if there's no flat Earth, there's no flat Earth, because it's in fantasy. It's an ideological fantasy land that a bunch of people run around pretending exists. It doesn't exist. They have no evidence, no proof. So if flat earthers stopped talking about flat Earth, it wouldn't exist anymore, because it's just a delusional, indoctrinated fantasy that they just keep telling each other and patting each other on the back. Sam gives me a headache. Sorry, Critical. He gives a lot of people a headache. Look, I could be wrong, and I'm not going to do this to yourselves, but Critical Think, if you want to get a real headache, look up Bro Sanchez. I mean, I'm not going to subject us to this out of my respect for you, Critical Think, because Bro Sanchez is just another level that I just don't think we can deal with that kind of derp. I mean, it causes injuries watching him. God existing or not does not have effect on the testing and the shape of the Earth, as would be true in all supernatural possibilities. I wish they would stop that. True, yeah. You can have God or not God. And then I think I had a chat with a religious flare, like somebody who's like super religious and flat earther in my my TikTok DMs. And I came down to it and I said to him, look, if you can only believe in a God, that all your God could create is a dirt pizza with a salad bowl over top of it, because that's all you can do. That's a pretty weak God. If you want to believe in a God, I believe in something. I'm not using God. There's something out there. But let's just say you believe in God. Like 99% of Christians believe in a God who created the earth, the sun, the moon, the universe, the solar system, and the whole entire universe. So which one are you going to have, right? And so I was like, your God is weak compared to my God. Huge arse, yeah, for sure, buddy. Mate, yeah. Welcome into my live stream, huge. I follow you on actually I follow you on X. So yeah, huge arse. A wrench for you, my friend. Yeah, that flare was, well, he went very unchristian when I said it to him. Let's put it that way.
the people are getting exposed though. Like all of those people, like Jaron, Austin, Mark Sargent.
Exactly, Critical Thing. A god could create the Earth, the solar system, the Milky Way galaxy, and the whole entire universe. Right? Why not? And if flat earthers believe that their god isn't power enough to do that, then that's a pretty pathetic and weak god. They can only create a dirt pizza with a salad bowl over top to try to keep everybody inside. Essentially, so they essentially believe we live in a prison or like a snow globe. I mean, no, thank you. I got bigger stuff than that. So just Huge Arts just put in the link to his channel there. 35 minutes. That's right, 35 minutes. We'll be going over to Huge Arts' channel. He is the biggest, I mean, the biggest YouTuber in the world. Huge Arts.
Dave Weiss, Karen B, and now watch, even Flat Zoid. He's getting, they're all exposed. No, and I remember I called out Flat Zoid months ago. I don't know if you remember, you and Mikey Smith were on my show, and I was like playing videos of, I'm like, wow, what's up with Flat Zoid? So you see how his channel changed and all that, and then how he, you remember all that. That was funny.
I remember, but like I told you, about Flat Zoid, I heard about Benjo talking about him and everything, and I respect Benjo because it's very acute and he proved it many times. Everything he said about everybody, ended up to be right. So he always ends up, to be right. So this is a fact. So that's why I'm listening to him. But on the other hand, I saw Flat Zoid. I went to his podcast. I never saw directly anything wrong with the guy.
Calder, yes, correct, yeah. Correct myself. He's the biggest YouTuber on the globe. Hugh Jars. All right. Stop pissing around. Let's keep going here.
Guy is like, okay, he has his own beliefs. He thinks a lot. He likes to dig. He likes to understand things. So, at my level, I don't see yet anything wrong. Now, of course, if he has friends that are like all like, like suspicious, it's also a red flag. But again,
Yeah,
at that point, today, I cannot take sides because I don't see nothing wrong with him at that point. So
No,
I'm just
it's
listening.
like he had those guys. He had the Final Experiment guys on his show, and they were like friends. They were like buddies.
Yeah,
he had
but
like all those guys. And then I remember thinking, like, why is he not debating them? Why is he like,
check it out.
not holding their feet to the fire? And another thing, when Flatzoid would do the debates, he didn't do a good job. He would just repeat the same things, and he never like hit the home run. He never.
Because Flatzoid's a fucking idiot. He's stupid, right? He's freaking painted me in cars and forgot to fucking put his mask on because he's too stupid and he's huffing paint fumes for how many years? He's freaking just cooked his fucking brain, whatever was left over. Shit, like, yeah. Why did he do well in that debate? Because Flatzoid's a dumbass. Flair Dave's a dumbass. Matthew Keem's a fucking massive dumbass. He gets wrecked in every single debate he's in. He's running from Max. He's runs from me, claims shit. But I'm gonna see if I can chase him down, get him on my channel. They're all dumb. Hugh Jars, you sound like my cat. Not a word of a lie. You see my cat though. He's actually quite skinny because he's outside. But yeah, he gets up in the morning, has breakfast, goes out, comes back in. He has pre-breakfast, then he has breakfast, then he comes back in again, has post-breakfast, then he has snack, then he has pre-lunch, lunch, post-lunch, then a snack, and then he has dinner, post-dinner, pre-dinner, post-dinner, then 2 desserts. I don't know how, and cat just doesn't stop eating.
Never nailed him. And I'm like, yeah, there's something wrong with this guy, but it's kind of hard to spot,
Well, the thing is that to my eyes, being fair, I can accept, that a guy might have friends on the other side. I have no problem with this. The problem is that if he shares their idea, if he shares their ideas, that's a problem. If he shares just a friendship, you can be friend with a guy that you can be friend with McToon and don't agree with him. You can tell him, just fuck you.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
right.
That's what I mean. Like, not a whole keeping them accountable.
So that's
not pointing out, hey, this is fake. Like they were being nice.
That's something else. If the speech is the same, so that's a problem. But if it's not the same, you have just friends that you friend with because you know them or whatever, you like them. For example, the drunk debunk show, that fat guy there. I don't.
Do you call it drunk debunk show fat? I mean, Matthew Keem and freaking Sam are certainly no freaking skinny minis themselves. They're definitely not in any kind of shape. Welcome, Jim Daniels. Yeah, I wanted to pin that up there so make sure everybody can donate to the Critical Think GoFundMe and see if we can get some stuff here. And actually reminds me of the Jim Daniels. Let's check on that and see how that's doing. How will oh, what's well, that's not it. $694. Thank you very much, people. You've done us proud. Look at that. Where's Wally 500? Hugh Jeffs 100. Jerry Williams 1200. Jim Daniels 383. Fantastic. I appreciate everything, people. You know what? You're helping him out a lot. It's for a good cause, and yeah, I think it's worthy, right? Somebody who's done us proud, and we as a community come together and help out. So. I don't know what happened there with the audio. I'm sorry about that. Right, sorry about that. Sorry about the audio there. I just realized it was on something else and it sounded like garbage there. So sorry about that. All right, let's go back to this here for a bit. We have just under 30 minutes before we move over to Huge Arse. Don't worry, people. The gravitational pull from Huge Arse will pull you straight over to his channel. Not a problem.
Like at all what he does, because it's like, for me it's a scum, but I like him. I don't hate him. He's likable. He's even part of the Flat Earth family because he's always there, like trying to break us. But he's likable. So I can like the guy, but I'm never going to say what he says. I'm not going to agree with what he says. This is a big difference.
Yeah,
so I can like the guy. I can discuss with. We can curse each other. We can go fight together. But I will not agree with him. But I can like the guy. So I understand that duality. I can accept it to some extent. Again, if he shares the ideas of these guys and if he just spreads them and tells things as that's of course a red flag.
Well, that's what I noticed about Flatzoid, how he was trying to say that those guys were in Antarctica. He kept saying that.
So it depends. They were not in Antarctica. That's.
They were in Antarctica, and we can improve in Antarctica. What happened there? Because there was actually. This is what flat earthers just are not even trying to research. The fact is, they were tracked by GPS that Will Duffy sent out to everybody. Yes, Critical Think he's saying you were not in Antarctica, but they didn't look at this. And what do we have? We have GPS tracking. Holy shit. The most tracked flight in the world on that day. And it didn't go to where it was tracked to. Yeah, apparently. Holy shit, look at that. Everybody was tracked going straight to the Point Uranus. Holy shit. So, Matthew Keem. It's funny because they're all tracked straight to Antarctica. GPS is a cartoon, yeah. So, look at that. Flatties took me all of 2 seconds to research that.
It's impossible. Okay.
Yeah, there's no proof. There's only proof they had to fake it. That's the only proof they have.
There is
the cope. The only proof is they had to fake it. If there's proof of it, it has to be fake because it has to be because it destroys their flat Earth model. But we have the one and only Critical Think. Not only was his flight tracked going from Sydney, Australia to South America, to Santiago and Point Uranus, but he filmed the whole thing, all 11 hours, all the way there. And then he filmed it all the way back. And then he collected $500 from a flat earther who bet him he couldn't fucking do it. So, Critical Think, one of the only people to actually get money off a flat earther from a flat earth challenge. Well, the first person, actually, because Craig McNeil and DP Debunks got money off the same fella. Steve needs to stop making bets with Globers.
Only proof that they were not.
Exactly. So who took the video? Who took the video and had Critical Think in there holding the camera while taking the video and talking?
All the proof that we have is that they could not be in Antarctica. Even if you want to believe in it, you cannot, because there's too much evidence that they could not be in Antarctica. That trip never occurred, never took place. We have enough proofs of this. Now it's possible.
I'm still waiting on those proofs. Still waiting on the evidence they didn't go to Antarctica. Like empirical evidence. I want true fact. I don't just want what could have been the stage that they used to film the Mandalorian. It could have been a giant, 2 billion dollar sphere that is actually in Nevada, that's in Las Vegas. It could have been. No, evidence, proof. Yeah, true. Lindsay Boy, yeah. Critical's and Dave's flights both debunked the flat Earth. Yeah, that is true.
Well, that he said that he believed they were in Antarctica in the beginning. Like many people in the beginning, I also thought they were in Antarctica. In the beginning, when I saw the movies, I understood. Okay, they're in Antarctica. They faked
Well, no,
something,
for
but
me,
and then at the end, I can. Yeah.
well, like for me, I knew they had to fake it because what
No,
they're,
that's for
it's
sure.
like because I understand how it is impossible. How the 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
Oh, of course, yes. Critical thinks like it could have been etherically displaced. Ah, yes. It could have been etherically displaced and somehow moved close to or faster than light travel to go around the outside. Because I imagine you didn't see any land going when you left South America until you got into what, maybe just over New Zealand or just going over to Australia. So we must have gone all around the outside. So that's crazy. I'd love to see that. Next time you do that one, take a video of the stars. Like it probably look like Star Trek going across, right? All the light, all the stars going past.
Antarctica is impossible.
That's
So
for sure.
I knew they were going to fake it.
That's for sure. But the thing is that again, can they fake it by being there or not being there? So the question is that even David Weiss, he doesn't care if they fake it. Say, okay, they fake the sky, they fake the snow, they fake everything, but they were there. So that's the fucking.
That's
crazy
that's
to say
the
that.
point. That's the
You
point
understand?
there. Like
So it's very important for them to make believe that they were there, but they could not be there. It's impossible. There's nothing. There is
Yes.
no real footage. There's not like 1 second of footage that can prove that they were there. It's fucking bullshit. So again, if you believe in the beginning they were in Antarctica, it's okay because you know that's normal. But as we go along with all the evidence that we have,
yes.
Yeah, the funny thing is, when these guys talk on TFE, I did a little test on TikTok because it's before we got into doing YouTube. I'm doing this on YouTube, and I showed footage from the. Funny enough, ties into all this is the let's just get off this for a second. Where is my mouse? I put in footage from the Australian Antarctic program. And what I showed, I'm sure Critical Think knows all about this. Is they have this guy's here. Hold on here, let's just bring it up. So we got this website here, Australian Antarctic program, and they happen to have. Where'd it go? They have live webcams. I'm pretty sure they're doing this guy here. Okay. Or am I Oh, where is the live webcams? I'm on the wrong one. I might be the wrong one. And there it is. Crap, I just didn't see it. So I actually had gone on and I'd put these videos up of the Casey webcam and Davis station in particular, and I think there's one more that I put up showing 24-hour sun about a month before they went down, 3 weeks to a month, and it showed 24-hour sun. And I said, any flat earther you want to try? I said, I predict this is what they're going to see in the Antarctica. And lo and behold, that's exactly what they saw. So coming into November, December, if anyone wants to go and check this out, this is live cam. So it's every 10 minutes it updates because the bandwidth, and it will also show a previous 3-day time lapse. So here's the live. Here it shows you what outside temperature is, wind speed, all that stuff, time and date. Right. Right now it's dark there. It's not quite into the summer. You can see the 24. And we have this. You have a nice sunny day. You can actually see the flagpoles. You can see the shadows do a full 360. Right now it's not going so well, probably because my internet, but it also shows you time and date there. So I put this up, these images of this around the same time for the wind, and no flat earther has been able to debunk them since. And I did this a year ago as well, same sort of thing around the same time, and showed the same observations, like the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. So funny enough, this is observed all the time in flat earthers. We'll say not best, but I actually made a prediction what Critical Think and MC2 and all them would see before they went down using live webcams from the Australian government.
We cannot say that anymore. If today somebody tells you, they were in Antarctica, it's a big red flag, because all the logic and the common sense, you have to.
Okay, I think I know what you mean.
It's flat. Because
I think I know what you mean. Like at first, the people could be confused.
Yeah, no problem.
They're thinking, is this real? Is this fake? Is it?
Yeah, but now we have to now it's impossible.
Now we know it was completely fake.
Whoever says that they were in Antarctica today it's a red flag. It's like, because you cannot say that. You cannot have the common sense to understand that the Earth is flat. The common sense to understand how they are lying to us and everything, and then think they were in Antarctica. You got to be a fucking idiot.
Especially seeing the glitches, right? Especially seeing the mistakes.
You cannot have straight.
There is actually no mistakes. Flat earthers make up the mistakes. Every time they point this stuff out, it was completely debunked, and it showed that they're either coping, making shit up, or simply just misunderstanding. Huge arse. Apparently you do have a government down there, but there's questions on how effective. Apparently, I don't know. I'm not Aussie. I don't know. Believe me, mate, we have our own problems, our own government in this country here. So, kind of the point, I had to watch what I put up on X, because I can end up with police knocking at my door if I see something that the Prime Minister doesn't like. So I can't even wear certain shirts on here because, they might. Craig just cooked Ross with his opening. Oh, I have to check that out later on after I'm off this. Craig always cooks Ross, so Ross is such a dumbass. He can't forget. The only thing Ross has is shouting with his microphone halfway down his throat.
Lights in the skies in Antarctica. You have to be an idiot. You cannot have snow that there are no fingerprints. You have to be an idiot.
Hey, Copium Emporium. Nice to see you in there, mate.
And if you tell me that the snow was too stiff, so what happened with the snow that which it brought a few meters away that was soft?
Right, because they said the snow was so hard they could not leave footprints.
Okay, so now they're going to tell you.
Sorry, this is my warning. 15 minutes until we move over to Huge Arse's channel. I'm sure you can start feeling the gravitational pull is actually starting to get stronger, and we'll eventually start pulling this over very soon. 15 minutes, and I think the sun's starting to get eclipsed now, and before you know it, we will be in his grand shadow.
To get a scoop of it.
Yeah, of course. So they're going to tell you, the snow was maybe under the wind over there, but
these dumbasses don't realize that all that snow there, one, it wasn't actually snow, it's more like ice, because there isn't snow down there because it's technically a desert and it's actually quite dry, but it doesn't, it's so cold that all the ice and the bits of snow that has fallen does not melt at all. But also it had been compacted that much and groomed from them walking around in the machines that it's hard to find the clumps where it's been loosened up or hasn't been packed down. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, if anybody wants to just click on the stream, the huge arse, just put on the chat there, and just click the little thing saying to remind you, so you can move over to the next one there. And on your way out, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button on the stream, and so that we can hopefully we can grow. All of us, make sure to click the like and subscribe to all the participants, so that we can all help grow and help support our community, and we can do more of these.
That like was warmer, maybe there was like a source of hot water there. They got tell you all kinds of bullshit. Those people are crazy. So the thing is that with common sense, you understand this is all fake. All that debunking shit is fake, and it's intentionally faked. It's like they do it on purpose. They engineer the fake debunking. So that's the thing that
There's no fake debunking, because it's easy to debunk the flat Earth because it's just stupid. Also, if anybody has noticed here, this how sad Matthew Keem's live chat is. He literally has 6 people in here, and they range from saying "You sound good, Matt" to "Hello, neighbor," which is one of the fellows. Hello, neighbor. Matthew Keem, hi. Lord Racer. Some Sheldon saying "Good sir," and some other fellow saying "Hey." That's it. This is the extent of Matthew Keem's live chat when he's on for an hour. Kind of sad. Really, really sad. I feel sorry for him.
Confirms a little bit that they're in on it.
Do you want to show part of your video now, or do you want to save that for later?
I prefer to save that for later, because anyways, it's not even finished yet. I have a few things.
Can we talk about it a little bit?
Of
Would that be okay?
Of course. We're here for
It's
that.
great. Sam, I want to say that video that I saw, man, it's like, I want to say probably your best video because of the way you put it together. You have a real skill of editing, and yeah, it's great.
It really doesn't.
I never did that stuff.
You make me look good.
I've seen Sam's videos, and he has no idea, like, his transitions are shit. His sound, he has things way too loud at certain times. You'll have, like, some sort of commentary, but you have the background noise sounds so high, you can't hear a word of it. It's, they're not very well done.
like the part where you show me talking with Dave. Oh, it's this one scene goes to the next. It's awesome. So
yeah, you have to picture a little bit before, but it's a lot of work. It took me a long time. We also had like a little, dispute with Iran, in the middle. So it, it took me a little,
oh yes, okay,
time to get back on there.
But that video you made, that could be one of those big ones. Like sometimes people will make a video that gets big. Even like a Hibbler or something. Or like how Vika and those guys, they'd make movies sometimes. Like your expose is going to be like that. Like
yeah, Callie, that's exactly all they did. This is just a little freaking like. One's giving the other one a reach around. That's pretty much it.
Big one.
It has to be, because you attack like a dinosaur. You attack a big guy. David Weiss is, that we want it or not, is
10 minutes, and we're moving over to Huge Arse, and Huge Arse is taking over, and we'll see what he's got in store. I imagine it'll be something quite entertaining and fun.
Prominent figures of flat Earth. He's a big guy in flat Earth. He made it himself, or with the help of people. I don't know. It's well deserved because he worked hard. I have no problem with this. Even with his app, if he makes money, I have no problem. I think that somebody that invents something, creates something, invests money into it, and it works.
I just don't like
I don't care about this. That he makes money.
Like I don't like he says dumb things, and like how he's connected with those people of Final Experiment, and just in general, it's like
I'm not very
bad sense about this guy.
It's not what bothers me, because I don't see too many links with the TFE people. What I'm worried about, what shocks me and what bothers me, is what he says when he takes us for fools.
Yeah, exactly.
When he makes false debunks, when he suddenly about TFE is getting stupid now. Before that he was smart with flat Earth, but now he's becoming stupid.
Like if it was something else, right? Like if it was something else, he would be intelligent about it.
Exactly. And
but
at the same
because
time,
he's talking about the Final Experiment, he gets dumb. Suddenly he's dumb and doesn't understand logic.
Exactly. So you understand? So that's the point. So it's not just like a feeling. It's not just an impression. We prove that. We explain that. We expose that very clearly, very simply. I tell you, the truth is always simple. Lies have to be complicated, to confuse people. But the truth is very simple. Just put some light on the, on the lies, and it just melts away, just like
Yeah.
So the thing is that again we have to.
I'll call her Ross Rage Quit. Funny. But if I actually have Ross has started to come on to TikTok more often. He was in he started a channel. Was it the Offended? What is it called? Easily Offended, whatever it is. And he was in there having a little circle jerk with a couple of flatties, and then he got off. He was just getting absolutely roasted in that by some randos, and then he still had the freaking mics halfway down his throat. 19 minutes, shit. I'll have to check that out. 19 minutes is worth it. I tell you what, man. FTFE has a knack for that, especially on Ross. He's so easily triggered. Like, yeah.
Understand how come a guy that looks great like this, that is a great person when you hear him, and he's very very agreeable to discuss with, and how come he can have somehow like such a dark side, like such a
because that's
bad
his
reactions
character.
like this.
That's his character. He has to be the flat Earth guy, but he has to say dumb things, and he has to.
Oh yeah, unfornicated. Yeah, apparently that's Ross's like globe killer is microwave transmissions. So yeah, right in your wheelhouse. I think he'd have fun with that. No, Ross isn't though. Ross is just a POS. Yeah,
Support final experiment. He can say anything he wants about any flat Earth, anything. But when it comes to the final experiment, he has to support it.
Well, the thing is that it's even finer than that, because it does not support TFE officially officially. All he does is he fights against everything that's going to attack TFE, and he pretends that
his thing.
It is to keep us from looking stupid. But actually, the flat Earth community already looks stupid for like years. We have the entire mass media and social media and sponsorship.
Yeah, they tried
for like fucking years. That makes us look stupid.
Well, that's because of the fake.
So why worry now to look?
Because you're probably not wrong on fornicated. Yeah, Ross thinks a microwave transmission is actually sent from microwaves. From microwave. Fucking probably, yeah.
Think of it. That was because of the fake flat earthers, like Jaron, Dave Weiss. The people involved with those mockumentaries.
Whatever reasons, we already look stupid. We don't give a shit to look stupid.
I don't look stupid. I look good. I say the truth.
I'm talking about
in general, like
in TV and everything. When you talk about flat earthers in the mass media and in TV.
And fornicated, yeah, he probably has spent so much time with his head in a microwave. One of those nice big ones from the 1970s. Ones that pump out loads of electromagnetic radiation and has like no shielding. Yeah, one of those. Definitely he's gonna stick his head in there with it turned on.
Yeah, on TV and everything, people are gonna just stop. That's stupid. You understand? So that's like we used to that for like 10 years, 15 years. For how long?
Calder, we'll check on it before we my own stream here. We'll see where we're at for the donations.
We exist. So why suddenly it's so important not to look stupid? You understand? So all this is like, when you analyze, there is no logic when it comes to keeping us from looking stupid or trying to debunk stupid claims that we make. So at that point, he loses his common sense, and he's acting exactly like Globers. They're trying to confuse you with nonsense, and they talk quickly and they just tack.
Yes, that's what I noticed. But I listen though, like to what they say, and that's how I know Dave Weiss. He's just like Flatzoid. They say they're flat earthers, but they support final experiment by saying they were in Antarctica when there is no proof of that. That's how.
There's loads of fucking proof they went to Antarctica. I mean, like, there's video evidence, there's GPS tracking, there's witness testimony. I mean, fuck. Like, they had the tickets, everything. Like, shit. They just deny everything.
Oh, I know they're the same. Flatzoid and Dave Weiss.
Dave Weiss sticks to that. Yeah, sticks to that until now.
It's very subtle.
But Flatzoid, I don't know if Flatzoid says that today.
He did. I played that on the video. I had you and Mikey Smith, and I was playing clips of Flatzoid.
Yeah, but when are the clips from? If it was like from like a year ago, so it's okay.
No, it was like May. Now. It was probably.
No, Sam never does shut up. I'm fornicated. He loves to hear his own voice.
Probably like May.
It's
May or something.
A little late already too. In May,
yeah, because we already
knew that it was.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And I played it, and it's like, see what they're saying? They're very similar.
And you see that in the same time. In the same time of the TFE shit, suddenly you have all kinds of like new flat Earth series that are popping up, like the Steven Alonso shit, the Joe Henry model shit, where you have like a globe with a mirror and a light from around the globe.
Yeah,
many domes all over the place. The fuck is that? This is all from their fucking imagination. And look, it's working. Yes, of course, if you put like a diamond-shaped fucking mirror and you know, Game of Mirrors, you can put like all kinds of mirrors, and at one point you're gonna have some shape of the sun. But all this shit is like, you know, it doesn't exist in the system. It's out of the imagination. So it's again one way to divide more the flat Earth community, to say, oh, you see, it's possible to have, you know, 24-hour sun on the Earth if you put
but that's
all
the
kinds of
dumb
mirrors
thing,
and globes
right?
and light.
See, these two love to attack other flat earthers. Like, it's actually quite comical. And this isn't just unique to them. Flat earthers are constantly going after each other. He's not a real flat earther. He's not real. No, they don't know. They don't know. And it's all they do. They have no continuity, and so they're never, you know, going to achieve anything. Not that they're going to achieve anything, anyways. They're all too stupid to realize what, you know, reality is, let alone try to actually get together and try to do anything substantial or anything that has any thought. Any flat earther has actually gone out and tried to prove, like with a real evidence, real test, tends to either prove the Earth is a globe and then eventually becomes a glober. So they leave the cult. They realize how wrong they were.
You understand?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's possible to make 3 suns. I tell you something. If you make a right game of mirrors, you can have like 5 suns. You can say you have 5 suns, or you have like you know, okay, you can do anything. If you
But
put
that's
like, you know,
those are
mirrors
the
and
fake dumb things that those characters are supposed to say. You know, like all those guys, the fake flat earthers, they have to say those certain things because their characters are supposed to say that. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people are cast to play certain roles, and they can be any weird type they want to be as long as they all agree.
All the cope these two have, because they don't like what the other ones are saying, or because of their they don't like what, you know, how they're saying it and stuff like that. It's just funny as fuck. Yep, I know it's time to wrap it up here. So what we're going to do here real quick, got 2 minutes, I got 3 minutes to go here before takes over. Let's check and see where we're at for Critical Think. But 27,694 Australian raised, and that's where we're at right now. Thanks a lot. I appreciate everything everybody has done. You've done fantastic. We're going to keep this going here, and yeah, we're going to we'll keep fundraising here for Critical Think, and do what you can, people, and we're going to help our good friend out. I will so that's it for this one here. We're gonna hand it over here to Huge Arse here in 2 minutes. He's put the link in the chat there, so make sure to hit that. And on your way out, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the like button, and I will be back at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. That's British Summer Time, BST, and I'll be back on here for another couple hours, and then we'll hand it off. So yeah, that's about it. I appreciate everybody coming in. It's fantastic, and I'm so honored to be part of this and to be trying to help out our community and come together and show the flat earthers what a bunch of knobheads they really are. So thanks, Big Fish. Thanks, Critical Think, for coming in. I appreciate you being there, buddy. You know, it's been fantastic to have you in there, and you're welcome back anytime. You know, if you want to come on and have a little chat, I'm always up for having a little chat with people and learning some stuff. Huge Arse, yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming in. I'll be checking out your stream here in a second, so we'll follow over to Huge Arse. So I said, don't forget to click. I can't, unfortunately, I can't send it over. I don't have enough people, but you know, hopefully this time next year we will, right? All right, that's about it here. All right, thanks for coming, people, and we will see you again.
NASA lies, yeah, that's what I say. Don't have proof of facts in any way. I claim the moon's made of plasma, a place no one can go. The Apollo program's a scam, I can't back it up though. They talk about the ISS is floating in space. You ask me in a pool, I'd say is the case. Satellones in the sky held up by helium balloons. But bro, that's just a lie, cause that's what all bitches do. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. The firmament is real, a dome up above, but I'll never prove it, so lost that I'm dumb. I know the world is flat, trust your sense of sight. Saying gravity's just a theory is why I'm up at night. NASA is phony like a show or movie, fake like on stage. Truman Show, child's play, it's chess but suck at this game. Because I'm just a dick with only my stupid self to blame. But I'm so fucking sure that the earth is flat, based on how I feel with my pop-up flare. Swear my blind faith is what keeps it real. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. Asking the wrong questions, my beliefs are all faith-based. I can't see the fucking answers right in front of my face. Stanley Kubrick is mentioned every single goddamn time. Somehow he filmed it without nobody dropping a dime. The firmament is a dome, it keeps water in the sky. But when you ask me to prove it, I can't know why. NASA in Hebrew, it means to lie or deceive. My flirt priest told me and blindly I believe. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. Spreading misinformation and lies willfully so proud. Like Nathan Thompson yelling at strangers so loud. NASA's lies, people, space is fake and Earth isn't round. Oh shit, the fathers and husbands stop me into the ground. Asking the wrong questions, my beliefs are all faith-based. I can't see the fucking answers right in front of my face. Stanley Kubrick is mentioned every single goddamn time. Somehow he filmed it without nobody dropping a dime. The firmament is a dome, it keeps water in the sky. But when you ask me to prove it, I can't know why. NASA in Hebrew, it means to lie or deceive. My flirt priest told me and blindly I believe. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. Spreading misinformation and lies willfully so proud. Like Nathan Thompson yelling at strangers so loud. NASA's lies, people, space is fake and Earth isn't loud. Oh shit, the fathers and husbands stop me into the crowd.